Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, class. I hope everybody is fine. So today we're going to continue our lesson, and it will be about perfect tenses. So previously or last week we studied already one of perfect tenses, perfect tenses, which was simple future tense. Okay, so today we're going to study future continuous tense and future perfect tense. So if you have questions, right, so feel free to ask. Okay, right, talking about future perfect tense and future continuous tense, I believe you use some of these tenses, one or two of these tenses in your daily conversation. But the question is, are you sure to use that kind of tenses or not? I mean, did you use that correctly or not? Okay, so today we will study more about that. So before we start further, or before we learn further about these tenses, I'd like to tell you the learning objective or the purposes of learning this topic: future continuous tense and future perfect tense. Future continuous tense and future perfect tense. So there are two tenses here, not one tenses but two tenses: future continuous tense and future perfect tense. It's supposed to be N here, but I forgot to write that. So what are the learning purposes? What are learning objectives? Okay, at the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify the structure of future perfect tense and future continuous tense. Jadi strukturnya apa sih? Struktur atau the pattern, pola kalimat perfect tense and the pattern or pola future continuous tense. Okay, and then the second is you will be able to analyze a sentence using future perfect tense and future continuous tense. When I give you a sentence, and then you will be able to state, kamu bisa menentukannya, this is future perfect tense or is it future continuous tense? Yeah, whether it is future perfect tense or future continuous tense. And number three, you will be able to differentiate the use of future perfect tense and a future continuous tense. So the usage, penggunaannya also different. Yeah. So when you want to say this, so what kind of tenses that you have to say? So that is, you will be able to differentiate the use of the usage of future perfect tense and future continuous tense. Jadi bisa membedakan penggunaan future perfect tense dan future continuous tense. So I'm gonna mix my presentation in Bahasa, a little bit in Bahasa and in English, okay? If you don't understand, you can interrupt me and then ask me question, okay? And then the last but not the least, you will be able to use future perfect tense and future continuous tense in a complete sentence well or correctly. Yeah, so you will be able how to write, yes, how to apply this tenses even in writing or speaking. Okay, so let's start now. Future continuous tense. Okay, let's study about this. So, okay, so I'm gonna give you a sample of situation. Look at this picture. Okay. Yeah, I forgot. Okay. Look at this one. Let's study this example situation. Yeah. The picture, the first picture, this one picture, maybe the picture is not really clear. Okay. These people are standing in a queue to get into the cinema here. These people are going to go to cinema. They are standing online here. They are in a queue. Ini ngantri ya, lagi mengantri now. Ya, at this time ya. Sekarang dia lagi ngantri. Ya, to get into the cinema, to enter to the cinema. So what will happen? What will happen? Half an hour from now, ya, half an hour, setengah jam dari sekarang, what will happen? The cinema will be full with these people. Ya, I think half an hour, setengah jam, I think the queue will be over, okay, and all people will get into the cinema. Half an hour from now, the cinema will be full. So then, what will happen after that? Everyone will be watching the film. Yeah. After half an hour from now, what will happen? What will these people doing? What will these people be doing? Lagi ngapain? Sedang apa kira-kira setengah jam yang akan datang? Lagi ngapain ini? Orang-orang ini. Okay, so we can say everyone will be watching the film. Jadi setengah jam, so we are talking about something in the future, yeah, something in the future, yeah. What will be happening in the future, okay? So everyone will be watching the film, right? Half an hour from now, the cinema will be full and everyone will be watching the film. I hope you understand. Okay, right. So next is 3 hours from now. So the film, the movie, the duration of the movie is around 1 hour and a half or maximum 2 hours, right? So 3 hours from now, the cinema will be empty. Why it's empty? Because the movie is over. Okay, the film will have finished. Yeah, the film will have finished, or everyone will have gone home. So this one, the first sentence, this one example is describing or an example of future continuous tense. This one is future continuous tense. And this one is future perfect tense. I hope you understand the difference between future continuous tense and future perfect tense. Okay? Right. So future continuous tense is describing that something in the future, what will be happening in the future. Yes. Oh, something is happening or something is on progress, but the time is in the future. And then past perfect tense here, the action will have been completed. Will have been completed in the future. I'm gonna say in Bahasa Indonesia, simple future continuous tense, it's describing, menggambarkan pekerjaan yang sedang terjadi tetapi masih di waktu yang akan datang. Ya, kejadiannya itu di masa yang akan datang. In the future, something is on progress, something is happening or on progress, sedang berlangsung, but in the future. This one, something have been done, sudah selesai, have been completed. Something have been completed or has completed, the action have been completed in the future. Yeah. If you say in Bahasa Indonesia, jam-jam segini ini, so if you are planning to do something, for example, you have homework, and then the homework must be submitted by 8 o'clock in the morning. Jadi kalian ditugaskan untuk mengumpulkan misalkan your project, then the project must be submitted by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So now is 8:15. So what happened? What will happen by 8:15. Jam 8.15 kira-kira apa yang terjadi? Oh, kamu sudah mengumpulkan. Next, or I will have submitted my project by 8:15 tomorrow. Ya, pada jam 8.15 besok saya sudah mengumpulkan tugas saya. Why? Because the due date, batas pengumpulannya adalah at 8 o'clock. The deadline to submit your work or your project is at 8 o'clock. So by 8:15, you will have submitted your project or your task or your homework. Okay, so the next slide. Okay, so this one, future continuous tense. So it's just like a short conversation. Okay. Look at this one. What will you be doing at this time at the beach tomorrow? For example, he is planning to go for holiday somewhere in the beach, maybe in Bali. Yeah. So, but now he is still in Medan. Yeah. So at this time now is at 8:20 now. Okay. So. And then what will you be doing at this time at the beach tomorrow? Okay, this time tomorrow I will be having a glass of orange juice at the beach. So it's just like he is imagining something. Ya, kayak dia menghayal, kayak dia menggambarkan atau berangan-angan, oh at this time tomorrow morning I will be having a glass of orange juice at the beach. Jam-jam segini nih besok aku nih lagi minum jus di pinggir pantai Bali, Kuta. Okay, so it is describing that something is happening or on progress in the future. Describing about something is on progress in the future. Okay, Nurjana, you got it? Understand? Gita, Amanda, you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I
very good.
understand.
Okay, so look at this one, another picture. Yeah, I will be doing something. I will be doing something. This is future continuous, and I will be in the middle of doing it. So when you are saying I will be doing something, it means I will be in the middle of doing it. I will be in the middle of doing that. So it means when you say I will be doing something, the example, this time next week I will be on holiday and I will be lying on the beach and swimming on the sea, in the sea. Yes, this time saat ini, this time next week, because my plan is going for holiday next week. So this time next week I will be in holiday, and at this time I will be lying on the beach like this one, lying on the beach. Yeah, what is lying on the beach? Ya, tiduran di pinggir pantai. Ya, I will be lying on the beach or swimming in the sea, or I will be swimming in the sea. Like this one, yeah. I will be swimming in the sea. It means when you say I will be swimming in the sea, I will be in the middle of doing that. Yeah. I will be in the middle of lying, or I will be in the middle of swimming. Future. In the future at this time. Okay. Okay. The next is you have no chance of getting the job. You will be wasting your time if you apply. If you apply, yeah, there has no chance. Yeah, you have no chance of getting the job. Yeah, in terms of requirements and condition, maybe. So the requirement is too tough and he cannot fulfill the requirements, or maybe of the age is very limited. So if he keep applying for a job, it means he will be wasting his time if he apply, or we can say you will be wasting your time if you apply. Ya, wasting itu buang-buang waktu ya. You will be wasting your time if you apply. Okay, so these are future continuous tense, right? Okay, so feel free to ask if you have a question. Okay, this is another example. Let's compare. Okay, compare will be doing and then will do. So what are the difference when previously or last week we studied about future, simple future tense, simple future tense, and now we are studying future continuous tense. So what are the differences among or between them? Okay, so for example like this one, so we comparing now. Don't phone between 7 and 8. If you want to call me, do not phone, do not call me between 7 and 8. Why? Because I will be eating at that time. Understand? I will be eating. So the duration of my my breakfast is between 7 and 8. So if you call me at 7 and 8, between 7 and 8, I will be eating my breakfast. Yeah, I will be eating. So between 7 and 8, the action of eating is on progress. Or I will be eating, or we will be eating breakfast. Just like on the picture. Okay, so the next example is at 10 o'clock yesterday. Okay, now we are continue to compare. Okay, at 10 o'clock yesterday, Tina was in her office. She was working. This is called past continuous tense. And it's 10 o'clock now. She is in her office and she is working. And this is called present continuous tense. At 10 o'clock tomorrow, she will be in her office. And then what will she be doing? How she will be working. This is future continuous tense. So if you are wondering, so what is the difference between past continuous tense, present continuous tense, and future continuous tense? Here is I'm comparing between or among them past continuous tense, present continuous tense, and future continuous. So at 10 o'clock yesterday, Tina was in her office. So she was working. Yesterday at 10 o'clock, what happened? At 10 o'clock, oh, she was working. This is past continuous tense. So, but if you're talking about something happened now or now, it is 10 o'clock now. And Tina is in her office. So what is she doing? She is working. So now talking about in the future, at 10 o'clock tomorrow, she will be in her office, yes? And then what will she be working? Oh, what will she be doing? Oh, she will be working. She will be working. So this is future continuous tense. This is the comparison between simple future and future continuous. This one. When you say don't phone between 7 and 8, we will be eating. It means on progress, that I am eating at that moment. Don't call me. So let's wait for Liz to arrive and then we will eat. So we are waiting for someone and then we will eat. Are we eating now? No, we are not eating now, but we will eat later when our friend arrive. Okay, that is the difference. Okay, the next. We also use we will being to talk about complete action in the future. For example, the government will be making a statement about this crisis later today. So again, we also use will being. It means future continuous tense to talk about complete action. Pekerjaannya sudah selesai in the future. That the action complete action, pekerjaan yang udah selesai, but in the future. For example, like this one, the government will be making a statement about this crisis later today. This is an example one. Number one. And number two, later in the program, I will be taking to the Minister of Education. So this is describing that the action to talk about a complete action in the future. Okay, the third example, the team star player is injured and Won't be playing in the game on Saturday. Won't be playing. Also, this is future continuous tense. Okay, when we use it in this way, will be doing is similar to will do and going to do. So when we are saying that, it means it is similar to will do, like simple future tense. We did it before or we studied before, or going to do. Okay, a future tense, a simple future, you can express using will plus verb one, and also you can use to be going to do. To be going to. Okay, be going to is expressing about future also. Okay, now we are talking about past future perfect tense. Have a look here, the sample. I will have done something. I will have done something. In bahasa Indonesia we say saya akan sudah mengerjakan sesuatu itu in the future. Okay, this is called future perfect tense. What does it mean? It will be complete before time in the future. It means the action will be complete before a time in the future. Or in bahasa Indonesia we can say mengungkapkan pekerjaan yang sudah akan selesai, sudah selesai, tapi di masa yang akan datang. Oh, it's a bit confusing. In the future, but already completed. Yeah, sometimes we can say that too when we are planning to do something, right? Sally always leave for work at 10:30 in the morning. She won't be at home. She will be at home at 9 o'clock. What does it mean? She will have gone to work. Yes, she will have gone to work. Sally, I repeat once again, Sally always leave for work 8:30 in the morning. 8:30. So the point is 8:30 in the morning. She won't be at home at 9 o'clock. Why? If you come to her house at 9 o'clock, she won't be at home. You will not meet her at 9 o'clock. Why? She will have gone to work. Yeah, she will have gone to work. Yeah, then you have to meet her at her office. Okay, so that is the first sentence. Number two, we are late. The film will already have started by the time we get to the cinema. Yeah. Now, for example, like the film or the movie start at 9. Okay, and then you are late. Yeah, you are late. What time you are? Let's say the movie start at 8 o'clock. Yeah, and then you are late. You arrive at the cinema at 8:30. So when you arrive, what happened? When you arrive, the film will already have started by the time you get to the cinema. Why? Because the film starts at 8 o'clock. So if you come at 9:30 or 8:30, what will happen? Oh, the film will already have started by the time you get to the cinema. You got it? Okay, now let's compare. Ted and Amy have been married for 24 years. When you're saying Ted and Amy, so have a look this one, the pattern have been. Okay, Ted and Amy have been married for 24 years. This is describing present perfect. This is an example of present perfect tense. Okay, next year they will have been married for 25 years. Next year, not now. In the future, next year they will have been married for 25 years. This is future perfect tense. Yeah, you compare number 1 and number 2. Yeah. Ted and Amy have been married for 24 years. 24 years. It means now. Yeah. Dia sudah menikah selama 24 tahun. So what will happen next year? Yeah. Next year they will have been married for 25 years. Future perfect tense. Okay, when their son was born, they had been married for 3 years. This is past perfect tense. So when their son was born, yeah, their son was born, and when their son was born, they had been married for 3 years. It means how many years ago? Yeah, it means like 21 years ago, right? Okay, this is the comparison between present perfect, future perfect, and past perfect tense. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so here is a bit short conversation. Hi mate, what's up? How is your project going? When will you have finished it? And then the answer is, I will have finished it until the owner pays the drawing. So drawing,
Iya.
gambar ya,
Masa isi
painting. Painting. Ya.
Mana buktikannya?
Dek, aku bawa mobilnya,
Kalau di
Dek.
situ kok ada lah, Bang. Wajib.
Dek,
Okay,
aku bawa mobilnya.
so please, if you are talking somewhere, please unmute your microphone. Please mute your microphone. I will have finished it until the owner pays the drawing. So which one? Which sentence is describing future perfect tense? Right, this one. I will have finished it until the owner pays the drawing. Is it paid already or not? No, it's not paid yet. But in the future, if the owner pays the drawing, then I will have finished it. Okay. When will you have finished it? Yeah, this is also describing about future perfect tense. So there are two sentences there describing future perfect tense. Okay, now future perfect tense. So I'm going to give you the summary of that. So future perfect tense indicates that the action will have been completed or finished or perfected at some point in the future. Jadi future perfect tense indicates, menunjukkan pekerjaan yang sudah selesai at some point in the future. Pada titik tertentu in the future. In the future, okay, di masa yang akan datang. Okay, an example like this. By this time next week, this time is next week is in the future. I will have work on this project for 20 days. Ya, this time next week. Ya, pada saat ini, minggu depan, ya, I will have work on this project for 20 days. Saya akan sudah mengerjakan project saya ini selama 20 hari. Ya, berarti sekarang berapa hari? How many days now? Next week, it means it is 13 days. Today is the 13 days. Berarti sekarang ini hari ke-13, ya. So by this time next week, I will have work on this project for 20 days. The second, before he sees his publisher, Charles will have finished 4 chapters in this new novel. Okay, before he sees, sebelum dia menjumpai penerbitnya, Charles will have finished 4 chapters in his new novel. Right, Charles akan sudah menyelesaikan chapternya yang keempat, ya, bab yang keempat in his new novel, novel terbarunya. Okay, so then the next is, I will have finished when you arrive. Okay, if you come to my house, I will have finished my task when you arrive. I'm working now, but when you arrive my home, so I will have finished. Don't worry, I will have finished when you arrive. Okay. So these are another example of future perfect tense. Feel free to ask if you have a question, okay? Amanda, Nurjana, Will, Dansha, if you have a problem in understanding this topic, feel free to ask, because today we have 2 tenses, yeah? Future perfect tense and future continuous tense. Okay, so future perfect tense indicate that the action will have been completed, finished, or perfect at the same point. Okay, this is an example, right? The train will leave at the station at 9 a.m. and then you will arrive at the station at 9:15. When you arrive, the train will have left. So the train will have left when you arrive. So why? Because at 9 the train leave, berangkat. Kereta apinya berangkat jam 9. What happen if you arrive at 9:15? You will be late, and the train will have left when you arrive. So this is description. Okay. Right. So the structure is like this. Yeah. Budi, subject, will, and then connected with will, and then after will is have. We don't use has, and then verb free. Okay. This is in positive or affirmative sentence. Okay, and then this is WH question, subject question word first, and then will, and then subject, and then have, and then verb 3. Interrogative, will, and then have, and then plus subject, and then verb 3. Okay, we use verb 3, not verb 2 or not verb 1 for the verb. Okay, here, before we close the presentation today, I have a question. I have several questions here. Can you complete these sentences and choose from the box here? The answer is only provided here in the box, and then you just fill in the blank with something provided here in the box. Number 1 is done for you. There is an election next week. Who will you be voting for? Okay. Number 2, who will answer number 2? I will blah 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 shopping later. Can I get you anything?
I will be going.
I will be going.
I will be going shopping later. Can I get you anything? Very good. Number 3. Emily is not well, so she blah 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 volleyball tomorrow. What is the blank?
Be playing.
Won't be playing.
Won't be.
playing.
That's right. He won't be playing volleyball tomorrow. Number 4. Little Emma blah 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 school soon. She is growing up fast.
Will be starting.
Little Emma will be starting school soon. That's very good. Right. Number 5. Number
Be
5.
watching.
watching it.
That's right. That's very good. The match is on TV tonight. Will you be watching it? Okay. Number 6.
Will you be doing?
What will you be doing in your new job? The same as before. Very good. Number 7. Number 7. I blah 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 to the wedding. I will be away on holiday.
I won't be going.
I won't be going to the wedding. That's very good. I won't be going to the wedding. I will be away on holiday. Very good. Number 8. The last.
Will be landing.
That's right. We'll be landing. Please fasten
Will
your
be
seatbelt. The
landing.
plane will be landing in 10 minutes. Right. Well, actually, I have more exercises here, but because of the time, we cannot finish all the exercises. But all the exercises are on our model. Please have a look, and then you can try to answer there on our Schoology. Okay. Right. And also, if you have questions, or if you need to ask something, we can discuss that in our Schoology. Feel free to ask and discuss there. Okay, now that is the end of our lesson today. Okay, and then it will be continued to the next lesson. I think it's gonna be biology. And thank you, class, for joining our lesson today. And I hope you review what we learned today. Okay, and at the end, thank you very much and have a nice day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.